Hello, a very good evening ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all back to my channel TR Dental DK. As you all know, the main aim of this channel is to guide all the medical professionals and the skilled professionals who would like to consider other countries as an option to work in, acquire education from, or to settle down in. So before we get more into this video guys, if you like my content or you're new here, kindly do subscribe so that weekly content is more available to you in relation to Europe. So today we're going to talk about Estonia. Now the main reason is that this is actually on special request because I got approximately like 7 to 8 emails and messages where people were requesting me to talk more about Estonia in relation to the master programs and studies there. So upon the research, I have actually realized that this country is actually very, very beneficial, and especially for the non-EU, of course. So it is worth a try. So let's get started. Now, the main, let's talk about the main contents of what are we going to discuss in this video. So we're going to talk about first why to choose Estonia, what can be the benefit for the international students, firstly. Then we're going to discuss two of the main cities where usually the international students go, and those two cities are very significant when it comes to job opportunities or having more master programs or having just more opportunities in general. So whenever you choose a city, if it's one of these two cities, it is going to be more of an advantage for you in the future. So that is something you have to take care of. Other than that, we're going to of course talk about the sessions, how many sessions are there, of course how to apply, all the documentation that is needed, any extra document that we need for it, we're going to talk about that as well. Lastly, we're going to talk about an important thing, which is how to apply for the visa, because upon my research I have seen that there are many countries that don't really especially the non-EU countries that don't really have an embassy for Estonia. So how do we apply? So these are actually the contents that we're going to talk about. So let's go. Alright, so the first point was, why should we choose Estonia? Now, the easiest way to go to Estonia is actually by student visa. Student visa is one of the most beneficial visas. There are other visas, there's entrepreneur visa, there are business visas, etc. But student visa is the easiest and what I've seen the fastest way through which you can actually go to Estonia. And the benefit lies here that with student visa, it can very easily be converted into a work visa, or you can get into another master's program while being there. So it is the best visa when it comes to permanent stay in Estonia. So that's why whenever you are going to choose a visa, many people actually prefer a business visa, an entrepreneur visa, etc. But in my experience, like according to my, my research, I think student visa is going to be the most beneficial. So because it can very easily be converted into a work visa, or if you want to extend masters, for example, if you failed a semester, etc., or you want to go in some other master's program. So that's why student visa is actually the best thing. And other than that, now let's talk about the countries, the cities. There are of course many cities, but there are two main important cities that we need to talk about. One is Tallinn and the other is Tartu. Now, Tallinn is actually the capital of Estonia. And whenever the international students go there, they usually prefer the capital, of course. And usually it's everywhere that whenever we go to any country, we prefer the capital. But in this case, especially these two cities, and especially Tallinn should be considered. The main reason is because it has a lot of public universities. Now, public universities in comparison to private universities are of course better because they are way more cheaper. And of course, because in Tallinn it is a capital, you will have a lot of job opportunities as well. And of course, a lot of other international people there as well. So Tallinn is more preferred. So if you have a choice, it's better to choose a university in the capital. But of course, other than that, Tartu is also a very significant and a famous destination when it comes to international students or general international people who go there for job opportunities. So these are the two cities. Now, other than that, let's talk about the semesters. Now, here the semesters are a little different. Some semesters are in September, but some are also in January. So it all depends upon your degree program, because it varies. Because in some countries it does not vary, it's usually September intake, but here it varies from September to January, so that depends upon your program. So we've covered this as well. Now let's talk about how to apply, which is very important. As you can see guys, there's a link mentioned here. You actually have to click on the link, go to the site, which is estoniadreamply.com, And right after going there, you need to actually make an account and register yourself. Right after that, there would be numerous opportunities, numerous master's programs that you could see, that you could choose, you could shortlist. So right after shortlisting, of course, you can apply in more than one to increase your chances. But I think this website is one of the easiest websites that I've seen, where you can very easily choose the university that you want. So all the programs that you want and shortlist easy, etc. So this is actually how you're going to apply there. All right, and moving on, we're going to talk about the documentation, very important. What kind of documents are needed? More or less, of course, it's the exact same documents as we need for all the previous master programs in any other country. More or less, they all are the same. The only difference here that I've seen is that the bachelor program in many countries, 3 years bachelor program is also accepted. But in Estonia, in most of the programs for masters, a 4-year bachelor program is more accepted. 3 years is not really that accepted, but 4 years is. That's not in all of the master's program, but in some of the master's program. But majority of them accept 4-year bachelor's program, other than a 3-year one. Other than that, of course, for your intermediate and your bachelor's program, they expect you to have more than 60% marks in order to get in. And of course, IELTS, very important. Above 6 is usually the requirement. And one of the things about IELTS is that if you get a higher score, the higher the score, the more chances of scholarship that you're going to get. So IELTS is not only important as a requirement, it will also help you in getting a scholarship. So of course, it's going to be much cheaper for you then. So this is one reason why you should really focus on the IELTS. I've made a video of the IELTS as well. It's in the link below. You can also check it out. It is all about the tricks and tips how to score a very high IELTS score. Now, this all is done. Usually, yes, one important thing, they might ask you for a bank statement, and the bank statement for internationals, non-EU of course, there should be at least the amount of money that you need for your first semester. So the amount of money for one of the semesters should actually be there. And the fees, it actually depends. Of course, private is more expensive. Public is cheaper, but usually anywhere between 2,000 euros to 4,000 euros is the fees per semester. But of course, once you go there, you are allowed part-time job, due to which it's easier to earn money there. So and yes, most importantly is attestation, guys. Especially for my country, attestation is very, very important. Please don't miss that. Usually they will also give you a set of documents which require attestation. It can be an apostille stamp. It could be, like for example, in my country, we have the higher AGC. It should be attested from there. So attestation is something that they take very seriously. So you have to make sure that the documents are attested. So this is all about the documentation that we have to apply. The last but not the least, we are going to now talk about how to apply. Okay, you applied to the link, you gave all your documentations, they have received it, and they gave you the admission. Now what to do next from there is how do you apply for a visa to Estonia. Now the thing is, in many countries, especially in my country, we don't have an embassy for Estonia. So now how would we apply if you don't have an embassy? Now, the easiest way that we can apply is that there are 3 countries where it is also easy to get a visa to actually go to. One is Egypt, second is Turkey, and Abu Dhabi. These are the 3 main countries from where you can actually, they have the embassy of Estonia. And you have to get a visa to go to one of these countries. And from there, you have to apply for the visa to Estonia. So this is actually it's a little lengthy procedure, but trust me, it will be worth it, that you have to follow. If, of course, you have an embassy of Estonia in your own country, you're very lucky, you can straight away go and apply. But this is for majority of the other countries, especially my own country, which does not have an embassy of Estonia. So then you have to go either to Abu Dhabi, either to Turkey, either to Egypt. And usually from my country, people prefer Abu Dhabi because it's easy to get it's easy to go there, and then it's also easy to apply there. So these are the 3 countries. Of course, you can choose any country according to your convenience, but usually for my country, it's usually Abu Dhabi. So with all that, I conclude my video. I hope all the information was helpful. These are the main points that you actually need in the step-by-step procedure of all you need in order to get admission in Estonia. If you have any other questions, you're more than welcome to message me on Instagram or on my Gmail, and I will reply to you as soon as possible. And I wish you all a very good week, and take care. Thank you.